Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing details on this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Today we are discussing one of the best new watches of 2015 and possibly the best Patek Philippe launch of the 2010s. 41mm in platinum. This is the Patek Philippe 5370P-001 split seconds chronograph. A Rattrapant with a modern movement, split seconds functionality, and a black Graceful enamel dial. It is the bee's knees. So the timepiece in platinum features the characteristic top Vesselton diamond between the lugs at 6 o'clock. That's how you know it's a modern day platinum Patek. And we're going to throw this watch on my wrist after we talk about the size, which is 41mm in diameter, 13.9 millimeters thick, 49.8 millimeters lug-to-lug tip, and then 22 millimeters the spacing between the lugs. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and this is one of the larger Patek dress complications you're going to find. Not Sky Moon Tourbillon huge, but it is large. Being almost 50 millimeters from lug to lug, it is on the broad side for a Patek dress timepiece. You can see it is graceful, though, as its proportions make it look a little bit smaller than it is, and it has impeccable elegance. However, I recommend wearing this watch on a wrist of 15 centimeters circumference or larger. It is low enough with its concave bezel to fit underneath a dress cuff. Taking a quick look at the hardware and the software, you can see right here we have fit the watch with a Parisian handmade Jean Rousseau strap. We like color, and Jean Rousseau does it well, with large rectangular scale alligator leather in orange, featuring an orange monotone stitch, a folded edge, and some bolstering to add a little bit of volume. It is calf skin on the underside, and as you can see, it is in outstanding condition. Taking a look at the clasp, it matches the case. Platinum, extra white, PT950 inside and out, Calatrava cross logo on the buckle, designed to ensure you do not accidentally drop your watch. The only white gold you're going to find externally on this watch, the little cabochon on the end of the lugs, those are white gold. The remainder of the watch is in platinum. You can see that the case band is remarkably intricate, featuring recessed and satinated hollows, the remainder being of high polish, and the lugs surprisingly graceful and tapered given the size of the watch. It adds that third dimension, and you can see that the bezel is concave in profile to visually break up the apparent mass of the watch. It is a coaxial rattrapant, which means it is a split second with the split second trigger coaxial with the winding and setting crown. We have satination on the facings of the chronograph pushers, but you can see that their outer profiles are polished for contrast. The dial, nope, it's not a smartwatch. Enamel here means Graceful enamel in black. Fired up to 20 times at 800 degrees centigrade, it is a vitreous or glass-based paint, and black is harder to achieve than the more common white. The rejection rate is high, and all of this is done on a gold dial base. So we're talking precious metal that is then hand-finished, hand-fired, with very few made. Very few companies will dare to do black enamel. Special Patek Philippe watches feature Breguet-style Arabic numeral appliques, and that's what we have right here. White gold, Breguet-style Arabic numerals, white on black print for the dial. We have a tachymeter scale with a base 1000, and the watch is loomed, so it's a surprisingly sporty dress complication. Note the leaf-style hands are loomed, and also a distinctive feature of the 29-535 caliber is that the sub-registers are slightly below the cannon pinion. By the way, column wheel fear? Absolutely none. This is the sharpest, best, I would say loudest, and most satisfying column wheel feel, rivaled only by the Longa 951 in the Dotograph, and it would be a close race. So if you have any fears that the column wheel feel is not up to par, rest easy. Here you can see the reverse side of the watch. It is a manual wind caliber CH29-535 Petit Second. It is a manual wind 65-hour power reserve adjusted in a superb 6 positions, one more than the chronometer standard of 5. It does feature hacking or stop seconds. It is a modern Patek movement, so it has that. It uses a traditional lateral clutch because Patek considers this to be a premium feature. While vertical clutches are more efficient, they are also ugly, hidden, and relatively easier for a watchmaker to tune, which is why the more expensive Patek chronographs use lateral clutches, and the more experienced Patek watchmakers work on lateral clutches. We have 2 column wheels. One of them operates the pincers that stop the rattrapant or split seconds hand, and there is a decoupler system, so while that seconds hand is frozen, the mechanism isn't dragging. Typically, a split second system will slow down the watch as the stalled hand actually drags on the remainder of the movement. Not here. Lange and Patek use a sophisticated and expensive decoupler system to ensure the balance does not lose amplitude. You can see there is an absolute forest of hand-finished bridges, pincers, levers, horns, clutches, and springs, all of it immaculately executed. You can see even the finest profiles of the springs include mirrored bevels on their side and satination on their top. The bridges and plates are rhodium-plated brass with Côte de Genève laid down by a abrasive wheel. Everything steel and brass with mirrored bevels on the side. The chronograph components are beveled on their side but satinated rather than Geneva striped on their tops. You can see the black polished column wheel. The second one is buried underneath the split-second bridge in architecture. It is an instantaneous minute jumper, and it beats away at a modern 28,800 vibrations per hour. It pivots on 34 joules, and it uses a handmade Breguet over coil hairspring to ensure concentric breathing of the hairspring and even timekeeping in any position. The watch, of course, 30 meters water resistant, which is dress watch standard, secure against splashes or inadvertent rain, but not ideal for swimming. I would not take this watch swimming. You have a Nautilus for that after all. This one is for look and fly, high and dry. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.